Hey guys, welcome back to the Freedom Income YouTube channel where I share with you legit, genuine income generating platforms, both passive income and active income, and I share a variety of platforms and you can choose which one suits yourself. So, there are a lot of YouTube channels out there. I think they exaggerate a bit. Every single day there's like a new income generating platform. If you do that and you try 100 things throughout the year, I think you'll get very little result, if any, or you might even get negative result. However, if you choose, if I genuinely share with you a few, up to about 10 genuine, legit income generating platforms with you, which you can generate from anywhere in the world just with a laptop or computer with the internet connection. And if you're willing to work them, I think with anything, if you want to achieve some results at the beginning, especially, you got to work it. There's no point, I think, in trying something today, another thing tomorrow, and every day try something new, because you get no result. If you're willing to build it, you will get result. So be patient at the beginning. So in this video, I'm going to share with you matched betting, and I'm going to share with you realistically how much would you expect to make in terms of income or profit every single month ongoing, each month from match betting, just solely focused on match betting in this video. And I am also going to just touch on all the strategies and everything with you that's involved with semi-professional or professional matched betting in order to create that income. I'm going to share with you everything just on a synopsis, touch-up basis. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about each topic, because if we did that, it would be like a 5-hour long video. But I do make other videos about each of these strategies and things that you can do with match betting, and I continue to upload them on my YouTube videos. So if you like the content, do like the video, subscribe to the channel also. So let's just take a look at this, right? First of all, match betting. Those of you who have been following me, you would know what that is. So I'm not going to go into too much detail at all about that. It's not that bad. I just want to say match betting, for those of you who are maybe new, it's basically where you place bets with bookies and exchanges and profit off them instead of the bookies profit from you. So that's basically what it is. And it's not a scam. It's not, you can be skeptic about it, but do your research. It's legit, it's proper, it's guaranteed income or profit, or low risk, high reward income profit, depending on what offers you take. So just to first of all, right, if the first £1,000 to £2,000, right, it's so easy. Match betting, if you've never done it, sign up to OddsMonkey or Profit Accumulator. I would recommend OddsMonkey. Is £5 cheaper per month, and it's just as good, if not better. And you literally can. So I used to use Profit Accumulator. I'd used that for like more than a year, and I've only been using OddsMonkey for like a couple of weeks. I've signed up. I mean, I did know of it, but I was so used to Profit Accumulator, I stuck with them. But now I've signed up to this. Why not? £5 cheaper. It does the same, if not better. So just a couple of weeks, and it's been really, really well. As a new member, right, all you do once you join up is £19.99 per month. It's £20 a month. I'm going to include the link in the description if you want to sign up. And for that, right, there's new account offers which you can start off with, right? I just show you step by step how much, and then you can all do your own math based on how many hours you can put in a week and how much you think you can make, right? But look, right, so these offers, look, £30 free bet, £20 free bet, £10, right? These alone is going to make you like £50 or £60, right? Just by looking at it, I can see roughly that's how much you're going to make, right? These are the welcome offers. So basically, what you're doing is you're signing up to bookies, and then you're backing a bet, and you're laying the same bet, and then from you're laying the bet on the exchange, and from the bookie side, you're going to get a free bet, receive a free bet, and you use that free bet and do the same thing, and you always guarantee a profit from that free bet. So if you look at this, £20 in free bet, a £20 free bet can make you anything between £15 to £18 sort of profit wise, right? Maybe even 18, yeah, roughly about that, right? So if you just have a look, this one, look, £30 in free bet, that's another £25 profit there. If you just keep doing bet £10, get £10, that's another sort of £6-7 profit. More here, more there, more there. Literally, look, this is the simplest. These are so easy at the beginning, and they're just like for you to just gather. It's so easy, and out of those alone, you make a few £100 or even 1 or 2K, depending how well what offers you take on those. So that's very, very simple, straightforward stuff, and there's a lot there. Okay, so at the beginning you can see sort of you can almost make your sort of average monthly income from the free bets alone at the first round. And don't forget, this is gambling profit, which means there's no tax to pay in the UK. You don't have to. It's not a self-employed thing. You don't have to submit your self-assessment at the end of the year. This does not count as income. This is pure profit, because gambling profit in the UK is tax-free. So that's that bit. And then you got new account offers, casinos and games, right? So that's the casino side of the things, right? On casino side of things, what happens is that you just join a member, you get free spins. You join a member, you get free spins. You do this, you get that. You do this, you get that. Again, there's another few £100 to be made from the casino side of things at the beginning, especially if you join a site such as So if you join a site such as Top Cashback Offers, which is completely free, and if you go to the entertainment section, there's sort of casinos and bingo and bookmakers and stuff. If you go through that, what happens is that if you join through those bookmakers through them, you'll receive this much cashback, that much cashback, this much cashback. So if you're doing the free bets and you're taking the cashback, you'll make even more on top of those free bets. Although just be careful with Top Cashback Offers, because what happens is that they don't really want you to just take their advantage of these things alone. They want to see somebody who's genuine and sort of making, using their other service by spending money on games or clothing and stuff, and to get cashback, right? That's what they want. So what happened with me is I used cashback offers pretty much purely just for these like bookies and casinos, and I was like £500-600 in cashback like here, and what happened is that I managed to cash out about 100, but like nearly £500 is still left in it, and they won't let me cash out, and they closed my account, and they banned me, because I think they don't like it if you just sort of keep making money that way off them. So there's not really that much I can do, but so just be careful with that. But you have nothing to lose really. It's risk free. You don't join. It's not a membership. You don't have to pay for it. So try that. So if you do all that and you do all this, literally there's like a 2K to be made already just from signing up to these things alone. And after that, you got the daily offer calendar on OddsMonkey. So if you look at this bit, there's potential profits to be made with these. You just look over it. There's guaranteed profit of £5. This is just today alone, right? There's guaranteed profit of £10 there to be made. £7.50, £7.50, £3, £2, right? It's £3, £3.50, £4. So every day you're going to get quite a few of these kind of offers, and different offers every single day, which OddsMonkey update. And on top of that, you got the weekly bet club, which after you've done all your free bets and stuff, these bookies gives you these offers every single week. So every month, let's just call it less than that, you got about £200 to make every month guaranteed, just from doing these free bets every single week. And so that side of the things. So now we've got sign up offers, you've got casino side of things, you've got reload offers, you've got daily offers, and you've got the weekly bet club, which you can combine the whole income together. On top of that, what you also have is are what you call like sort of special sort of bets that are low risk and high reward, which I'll strongly recommend. So my favorite couple would be 2-up offers and extra place each way horse betting. So what you do there, if you want a 2-up offers, you go to their tools and odds matcher, and then from there you drag down and go to Bet365 2-up, football 2-up, and what happens there is that they pick out all those offers that are available. So what happens with Bet365, right? With Bet365, just a caveat, I wouldn't use Bet365 for these cheapy free bets again and again all the time, because you don't want them to ban you, right? This is the bad thing about match betting, I guess, is that the bookies don't mind or don't care at all if they take all your money, even if they ruin your whole family. But as soon as you take their money consistently, they don't like it, and they're going to restrict how much you're able to bet. And worst case scenario, they can ban you anytime they want without giving you a reason. Lucky enough, over the last 2 years or so, on a part-time basis, I've only been banned from one bookie so far, so lucky enough. But what I do is I sometimes throw in a stupid bet just as a punt, and to stay under the radar. So you might want to do that as well. So anyway, what you do here basically Bet365 do this 2-up offer. What happens is that if you bet, you're basically betting for the football team to win, in this case Tottenham to win, and you're betting on BetDAC, you're laying a bet for Tottenham to, basically for Tottenham to lose, you want them to lose. So whatever happens, you have a qualifying loss, right? But don't forget, if your odds, if the backing odds and the lay odds are super close together, your qualifying loss is very, very small. Like in this case, we're probably, like, depending on how much you put in, it's tiny, right? So for pennies, you can make many pounds as a result, right? So what happens is that if Tottenham goes 2 goals up anytime during the game, whether it's 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, 5-3, you get paid out from the Bet365 side, and then you go to your exchange and you cash out the trade for a smaller loss. So for example, if you put in £100 here and you put £100 here, your qualifying loss for something like that might be about £2 or £3 or £4 or £5, whatever, depending on the odds. And but what happens is that if you then win this for the £100 at Bet365, they don't even have to win. Tottenham just have to go 2 goals up. You then make your like £95 profit, and then there, instead of losing all your 100, it's probably going to be like 30, 40 or £50 lost there, because you're closing it way before the match finishes, so you don't lose all your bet. So that's the sort of idea of the 2-up offer. You have low risk for a much higher reward. After that, you got calculators, which like you go to matchers and you go to extra place matcher, for example. So what happens with extra place is that, so this is just a little slow at the moment. I think it's because I've got too many windows open. Let me just close some of them, okay? There. So it should be faster now. Anyway, so now we're back. Extra place. So what happens is that, right, you're placing the same bet. So again, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm just sharing with you every single strategy that I know that are low risk, high reward, or zero risk and high reward, and you know, you can then do your math there. So basically, for example, if you were to place a bet here for this horse, right, as long as this horse ends 6th, 7th, or 8th, right, if you place a bet of £10 each way, which means a total bet of £20 at William Hill and Smarkets, what happens is that if you lose the bet, right, because you're backing one and you're laying one, no matter if the horse doesn't end in one of those places, you only lose £2.30. But if it ends in one of those places, you make your £51.69. Okay, so you're risking £2 something to make £50, right? So these are the kind of things. And 6th, 7th, 8th, there is a chance that this horse might finish or will finish at number 6, number 7, or number 8. And if it does, you make that money. If it doesn't, you lose that little bit. So you're only risking a very small amount of money to make a much larger amount of money back. So I'm willing to do that. Even if you lose 10 in a row and then you win 1, you're still in profit. So that's another thing you could consider doing, and furthermore, you also can consider. So another strategy which you guys can consider is to do some tennis betting through Betfair, right? There's actually quite a lot to tennis betting, but like one of my favorite things to do is to bet for the server. So for example, this if you go to this website and look for who wins a lot of their service games, right? Right, percentage of service games won. This guy wins more than 9 out of 10 of the games that he serves. This guy wins 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Pretty much, right? You pretty much look for guys that's more than 80%, right? That's sort of what I do, and which means out of 10 games that they serve, they win on average 8, right, based on history. So they have a very, very strong service game, right? And only do this with the men, because women, their service is a bit weaker and it doesn't quite always work out, but the men's service are so strong, it's hard to return, right? And if you place a bet, first you kind of observe the game first, like maybe 1 or 2 games, to see how the guy's performing, because sometimes the player might be feeling unwell and they might not perform well. But if they are performing to their norm, there's about 30 players in the world, or more than 30 actually, that's got a service game of 80% success or more. Okay, if If you watch, or 85, I think there's more than 30 players that are 85 or more even. So if you look at those players when they're playing a game, before they play the game, before they serve, he plays a bet for them to win the game on Betfair. And if they win that service game, as soon as they win that service game, you get out of the trade, you could make anything between 10 to 50% of what you put in, depending on the player. If it's a weaker player that's got a strong serve, you make more because the odds are higher. So that's another strategy which you can consider using Betfair through. And lastly, not least, just to wrap up this video, right? And it's not the end, and this is actually the most exciting part, I think, which you might like, is another thing you can consider is arbitrage and value betting, right? So when you really get into this stuff, match betting, you can consider joining a system such as Breaking Bet, or there's another one called Tradesmate.sport. They are really good, but they're very, very expensive. If you're a beginner and you have very small capital, I wouldn't recommend it because it's like 125 euros a month, which is about 105, 110 pounds, which is a lot of money to fork out on a monthly fee. But they are good, and the system tracks everything for you. But I wouldn't really. You can if you want, but to do that, you really have to work very hard for it, and you have to have large capital. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. What I would recommend though is Breaking Bet, which costs about £15 or so every single month, which is quite cheap for what you get, right? So I'm a member. Cost about £15 a month, and what happens is that they pick out all the arbitrage for you and all the value bets. Now arbitrage is basically, for example, I'll show you on the pre-match section, right? Arbitrage is basically you go to two bookies and place both sides of the bet, and you place a certain amount on one and a certain amount on the other, and because of how the odds work, no matter what the result, you will make money, right? And so for example, this game right here, which is playing which is on the 25th, which is a day or two away. This is another thing I want to say, right? If you're placing any of these kind of bets or free bets and stuff like that, I only place bets for games, especially on arbs and stuff, for games that finishes within the next 2 days, right? I don't want to be placing a bet which is like a week later, because I'm tying up a lot of capital for too long. If I want to place games for today or tomorrow, ideally if possible, but at the latest day after tomorrow, because then it settles and I get my profit and then I can reinvest it. So for example, this one here, right? If you go to click on the calculator, if you just put a £10 in total, £6 bet on this and £4 bet on this, you make, if this happens you make that, if this happens you make that. I know you're thinking this is very small money, but watch what happens if you turn that into £100. Right, if you put £100, 58 here, 42 there, you make £7 on average, no matter what the result is. I know you might think that's not a lot, but 7% isn't bad for one trade, especially if it settles within 1 or 2 days. You're not tying up too much capital too quick. And look what happens if you put in £1,000. Right, but this, don't forget, this is guaranteed. It just depends on how much you're willing to risk, right? This is guaranteed profit, this amount and this amount, right? So if you just look at the next one here, some of them are a bit smaller, so this one will probably be a bit smaller. This one you got to place three ways bet, right? But if you turn that into £500, if you play 3 ways bet, you make £24 no matter what happens, right? So you cannot lose, and it also depends on how much money you're willing to risk. The more you're willing to risk, the more well, it's not even risk. It just depends on how much money you have to bet, because it's not a risk. It's a guaranteed 100% profit no matter what happens. Your only risk here is the bookies might not like it if you do this so much and make too much money off them, and you'll get banned, which is bad. So you might want to control it and don't do too much, don't do too big, and just be consistent and do a little bit here and throw in a couple of punters here and there just to stay under the radar, because that's kind of what I do for long-term success. Now that's arbitrage and value bets, which is another thing now. So value bets are not guaranteed, right? Basically you could lose or you could win, but what happens is that this system picks out bets which you have an advantage, because if you're going to just bet like a punter for luck, wishing for the best luck, or over the long term, you cannot win against the bookies. It's just impossible, because the math and probability is against you. The bookie has maybe about a 105% chance of winning, you only have 95%, which is why they have that few percent advantage, which is why you always lose. But this system then what happens is that it picks up trades where the odds are on your side, so you have the advantage. So over the long run, you become the bookie. So if you just place these bets in the short term, you might lose, but in the long run, you're almost guaranteed to win. The more you place, the more you win because the odds are on your side. So you then become the bookie, right? So that's pretty much that. That's pretty much this video. So you can see from everything. Also, you got the calculator with the OddsMonkey, which is really good, and you got a profit tracker, which you can track how much profit you're making. And don't forget, that's really only just in the last 2 weeks, and I only do this a few hours a week, right? So basically, right now, I do this like no more than 5-6 hours a week. You might ask why not if you can make more money. Like the more time you spend on it, the more you're gonna make. But I don't really want to particularly spend more than a few hours a week. And I don't like. I find if I spend too much time in front of the screen, I get my health. My health becomes a little bit weird. So I just spend a couple of hours a day on the computer in total doing sort of e-commerce and other businesses, as well as match betting, and also I have a few ventures. As things stand at the moment, I have 7 sources of income. So there are other things I can build on top in addition to this. So I don't just fully focus on this. But everybody's in a different situation, and if your situation can benefit by focusing on this quite a lot, by making a few hundred or even £1,000 every month ongoing, it could be helpful. And you can see, so from the new offers, from the reload offers, from the weekly bet club, from the daily account calendar, especially during events like Cheltenham and Premier Leagues and stuff, you got more offers. And on top of that, you got the casino. On top of that, you got the arbitrage and the value bets. On top of that, you got the tennis betting. You got the football 2-up offers. You got the extra place horse racing offers. If you combine the whole thing together and maybe you work 10 to 20 hours a week, it's realistic. You will make a few £100 or maybe even £1,000 or more a month. It's doable, right? It's not impossible if you do it right. And as you can see, this makes you that, and especially if you go in big on the arbitrages, you can make more, because you can make like £50, £60, £100 from one trade if you go in like 1,000. But it just depends on how much money you have available as well. So it's realistic, a few £100. So right now, my personal circumstances, I spend about 5-6 hours a week on match betting. Throughout the month, I make a few £100, and I'm happy with that, and that's pretty much all I do with match betting, and do a little bit of everything that I've mentioned to you, and they're all good, in my opinion. I've had experience in them, that's why I'm sharing them with you. And if there's anything in particular, such as the tennis betting, or such as arbitrage, or value bets, or reload offers, Cheltenham Festival, anything like that in specific that you want to enhance and you're not sure of and you want to learn, just send a comment, or just comment in the comment section, or come over to the Discord group. Come over to the Discord group and join the Freedom Income Discord group, which is completely free, and ask me questions there. I'm more than happy to upload new videos or show you things there, right? So that's the end of that video. Thank you guys, and if you enjoy that, especially if you never tried it, give it a shot. You will not regret it. It's really, really good. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your continuous support. Happy betting.